We are going to reread the story Jack Can. As we reread it, we are going to look for information in the text that will help us understand the story better. I want us to review characteristics of a realistic fiction story. Realistic fiction will be an invented story with imaginary characters and events. But these stories could happen in real life. They will also have a beginning, a middle, and an end. At the beginning of the story, we will learn where the story takes place and who some of the characters are. In the middle and the end of the story, something usually happens to the main character. So as we are rereading, I want us to look for who our characters are and where the story takes place. We'll learn that in the beginning. And then towards the end of the story, we want to look for what is happening to our main character. So let's take a look at this page that we are on. I notice there's an alphabet on the wall. I see a globe. It looks like here's a chalkboard and maybe a desk. So that makes me think that they are at school. These are all things you would see in a classroom. That makes me think that this adult is the teacher in the classroom. And these students, or these kids, are her students then. Let's take a look at the next page. Here we notice again two children, and they're doing some artwork, which again makes me think that they're at a school. By reading the words, we learn that Max can. Well, this boy must be Max. And then it says, can Jack? Jack can. So this boy is Jack. So we've met two characters, Max and Jack. We can also see there's a teacher. The teacher's back here, and then there's another student back here as well. So we know that they're at a school. That's the setting. And we know some of the characters are Max and Jack. Now let's take a look at the middle of the story. So here we see in the middle, here is Max again, and it says Max can Jack. So it looks like Max, what is Max able to do? Well, he's able to write. He's able to write up here. Jack cannot. What is Jack not able to do? Jack, as hard as he tries, cannot reach up here to write. And it looks like Nan notices that he isn't able to reach up here to write. So it's important for us to pay attention to the words and also the pictures because it will help us understand what's going on in the story. So right now, Jack is unable to do any of the writing because he's not tall enough. So we're going to keep going and looking what happens. So now it says Jack is sad, and you can tell he's sad just by looking at his face. But then we have Nan over here, and it says, what does Nan do? Well, we can take a look at the picture to see what Nan is about to do. What is Nan doing? Well, she's helping him. She's getting a step stool. We can see that in the picture. So we can say Nan helps Jack reach. Nan helps Jack, and then we can see that she was able to help him, and he is now able to reach there. At the end, it says Jack likes school, and we can see that they like school by looking at their smiles, and they look happy, and they're standing near each other, so it seems like they all are enjoying school. We are going to talk now about key details. So here it says key details help you understand a story, which is what we were looking for as we were reading today. It says words and pictures in a story give you the key details. So we're going to find key details of what Jack can do. So here, let's take a look. We can see that can Jack? Jack can. What is Jack able to do? What is Jack able to do? I want you to think about that a little bit. Well, by looking where it says Jack can, and we see this picture here, it looks like that Jack can make a picture of himself. So I'm going to go ahead and write that. Jack can make a picture of himself. And so now that we know Jack is able to make that picture of himself, we're going to go back in the story and look for the next key detail. Okay. So let's go back. So this was on page 17, and we want to go back and look for another key detail in the story. And we're going to be using our own words. So let's take a look here. We see that on this page, Max is able to do this, but Jack cannot. What can Jack not do? What can Jack not do? Well, remember, he's trying to stand on his tiptoes and he's trying to reach up here. So Jack cannot reach. So that is what we're going to add. So Jack cannot reach. He's just not tall enough to reach. Okay, so we got to find the last detail of the story. So we had our beginning part of the story. This detail let us know that Jack can make a picture. Then we saw that Jack cannot reach. Let's go see what happens again. Do we remember? So he looks sad, and then there's Nan. What's Nan doing? She's grabbing him that step stool. Nan is helping Jack. So that's what we can write. Nan helps Jack reach. So we're adding more detail, not just the words here. So Nan helps Jack reach. So now we can add that part. So Nan helps Jack reach. First graders, look at the details we found, and we were able to retell the story and understand what is going on in Jack Can. Alrighty, I want you to continue thinking about this story and remember how we can use key details to understand a story better, and use that skill as you're reading stories by yourself today. Use those pictures and words to find details. Great job.